Hello, beautiful souls. I feel like this light's a little bit much, but we should be good. Hello, hello. I hope you guys are doing super well. This is an unexpected live. I actually missed chatting with you guys, but I also felt called to do a live today because of all the craziness that is going on with the Taurus full moon. So I'm super excited for this. I'm actually going to put some music on, some vibes on. I feel like today is like a relaxing listening to some music and relaxing with you guys. So first things first, let's answer some questions. Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? We're doing a live Q&A. Hello Labella Goddess, comment in the section how you guys are doing, maybe what sign you guys are. I used to do these all the time. For any of my new subbies, I do this all the time every week, like 3 times a week. But this week is the full moon and it's a big week. So I thought I would jump on here and just chat with you guys before we have our video of the day. So hello, Michael. Hello, Lena. Hello, always, Lady Luck. Hello, everyone. How's everyone feeling? I hope you guys are feeling super good. Hello, Taurus. Hey, Shane. Nice to see you. Awesome, Pisces. Awesome. I'm a sun Scorpio and my moon is a Leo for anyone who's wondering for the new beings. Grand Rising. Yes, Grand Rising. Love and light to you, Cancer. Emotions are high. Any earth signs out there, you guys, your emotions are super high today. So, or just in general, as we come up to this full moon. Taurus sun, Leo moon, Gemini ascending. Wow, that's awesome. That's really cool. Okay, guys, so I wanted to chat with you because there's so much energy going through. If you haven't seen my video on the top 5 things that you need to know about this full moon coming up on Halloween, go watch that after. It is very important that you guys go watch it, especially at this time where emotions are high. We might be forced to listen, but also listen to decisions a little bit quicker than expected. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I also wanted to answer any questions that you guys have because I just feel the calling to serve in the sense of answering questions. As this full moon is so intense. So how are you feeling emotionally as you are currently about less than a week away from it? It's this Saturday that's the full moon. How are you just energetically? Have you noticed signs? Have there been shifts in your life? Have you been called to look into other things more than others, like other certain areas of your life? I'd love to learn more about that because that's a huge part. The other thing that I really notice about this full moon in Taurus is that we are being called to listen to those stubborn emotions that we tend to push underneath, that we cover it with workaholism, that we cover it with other people's experiences, intentions, and stresses. How are we focusing on our own? I think it's really creating this sense of tiredness to everyone. And we're seeing this, a lot of us are tired with the situation right now. We're tired of, maybe things that we haven't been talking about in our life. A lot of you guys have been saying you've been feeling drained, exhausted. Yes, tired. How many of you guys have been losing sleep? Sleep is a big thing. And I think that really comes into our mental health, our balance of life, our balance of energy mentally in our third eye. That's a really big part of this Taurus full moon. How are we balancing? How are we grounding? Are we rooting the root chakra, rooting our energy, rooting our emotions? Are you guys grounding every day? The first thing you should do is waking up, sitting down and grounding your energy, regardless if it's Taurus full moon or not, but especially coming to this full moon. So are you grounding yourself? Are you allowing yourself to check in before you put energy and intention into other people? That's a huge part. I'm just reading your comments here. Also, the thing in my life is moving in a positive way. I love that. I love to hear that. I've been moving up the days, exhausted myself to go to sleep. I don't sleep all right. Insomnia, yes. I feel like at night my mind is just buzzing. I get the most downloads. I get the most crazy dreams. And I guess that's a manifestation of emotions coming through and signaling to us in our mind when we are there, what's going on, what is shifting in our life. So big changes. And the word that I came through that you will learn in this full moon video that I posted was that, we are freeing from that one emotion that we've been holding back for so long, that one emotion that we've been holding back with that one person we had a past relationship with, that one person that we ended up having huge traumas or experiences, the true emotions that are coming in that is blocking our conscious fuel of energy. Because remember, alignment of chakras all comes in the whole, even though you're blocked in one area, it still affects and ripples into other aspects of our life. So balance is key during this time, and making sure that anything imbalance, we allow ourselves to let go of that completely. So I'm just reading up. Shane said that I'd watched The Secret last night on Netflix. I love that movie. If you guys haven't watched it, go watch it. I needed something to let me know that I can do this. I love that. Scanning my body every morning and seeing is anything I need to address. Yes, that is one of the things I teach you guys in all the videos before we tap into meditation, before we open up. Hey, Ruzu. Hello, everyone. We allow ourselves to check into body, check into our conscious being of soul. So I think that's super important. Now, I do have some questions here that I want to answer for you guys, because my DMs are getting full. I do want to answer any questions that you guys have, maybe things that you want to share that I can give you some insight on. This is our time, our circle together, because I know at this time, a lot of people feel alone, and I don't want you guys to feel that energy. So this is an opportunity to really, really help. For those needing help with manifestation, I have a whole playlist with over 100 videos on my manifestation playlist. So go and check them out and check what intuitively aligns with you, which videos intuitively connect with you. I think that would be the best for you, Jasmine, and anyone else who's asking as well. So let's get through these questions. Okay, some of you guys don't answer, ask me exactly the question. So I will just respond. I'm just going to say, hey, answering your question now. While you guys think of your questions now on YouTube Live. So anyone who messaged me, your question might be answered now, which is great. Let me see. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm messaging people. I should have probably had the message ready. Okay, we're good. We are good. Oh my gosh, you're live. Yes, I am. Super happy to see you guys. Same, Jasmine. Yes. So starting with manifestations, understanding what exactly is manifestation. I'm just going to quickly put that out. I do have a video on how to really manifest, and that's a great start. And then if there's anything that you feel like you're still not getting to, there's a whole playlist that I go into, like releasing energy, how to manifest a dream home, how to manifest a relationship, a specific person, money, lots of them on money, 369 method, 555 method. I'm going to go into manifestation rituals that you can do, all those things that are on there. That's great. Ruzu just says, I'm on my period and I feel, oh, me too, moon cycle. Anyone else on their moon cycle, let me know. And I feel like it's good time to manifest since I'm Taurus. So usually when you're on your monthly, you want to look inwards. And I actually have a video on that. I have 2 videos on that. And today's video is actually going to be going over a little bit more of the feminine divine energy and how we have so much power in our sensual energy space. So keep in mind for that, because I don't think a lot of people understand both men and women have so much energy that holds in that space. And I want to start doing a lot more videos on shadow work with you guys, because I do notice a huge difference where I'll do a video and you guys message me and you're like, Shika, oh my gosh, this video really helped me out. I really needed this. So I really want to do shadow work stuff. And I know a lot of you have gone through trauma, so it's going to definitely help and support you in that space too. So I'm really happy that you brought that up, Rosu, because that's amazing. Depending on when your cycle ends, if it happens to be around the full moon, take that time to do internal work inwards. The cycle of the period changes depending on the time. So if you're having it near the full moon or new moon, it means different things. I go over that all in my period video. So you guys can go check that out if you are curious, because there's a lot of power in there. Okay, so at kiddos. So ML Good Kid on Instagram. The first question I got is, hi, can I ask, what if I don't do the 17-second focused energy sentence on the 369 method? Will it still work? I'm having a little trouble focusing my energy on visualizing the sentence on 17 seconds. And how do I know if the 17 seconds is right or wrong? So I actually have a video on the 17-second method. You don't only need to use the 17-second method for the 369 method. You can use it for various other methods as well. But one of the biggest things I notice is if I spend 5 minutes, just like Shane mentioned before, to check into my body and release and let go, then I can tap into the 17 seconds because I don't have anything that's distracting me in my subconscious. So just think of all the things that are negatively low vibrational and release that. And then you tap into meditation, because meditation never starts until you are able to focus. So in turn, does it still work? Well, if your energy is not fully there in that manifestation or not activated, then in doing so, it's going to be less effective, right? So I always tell you guys, spend more time aligning yourself with that manifestation first. Don't rush that process and just go into a manifestation, relying on the technique of the manifestation, because we forget that our energy is what manifests it more. So go do that video. I think it'll be really helpful for you kiddos. Just go on there. It's just 369 method, but I have a whole playlist on the 369 method, and I actually have a step-by-step 17-second method video that I share with you, and I go with it with you. So it's like proactive, which is amazing. And I do that on purpose because I got this question a lot on here, on my Instagram. So I'm hoping that that helps you out a lot. Okay, I'm just answering some questions here. Hi, this is my first time. Hey, Lauren, so nice to see you. I'm so happy to have you, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you guys. If there's any new subbies, please let me know, because it makes me so happy to see you guys. Michelle F. So I'm trying to manifest a new home, and a few have come up, and now I don't know which one to choose. So follow your intuition. I will say don't make a decision until after Mercury retrograde. This is a collective decision, a collective thought, and I go over this again in the Taurus Full Moon video. But it is very important that we hold off of any big decisions, especially with abundance, any big decisions until after Mercury retrograde. So for example, there was a decision that like I had to make with my health, and it just so happened that it worked out to be after Mercury retrograde. And again, I can't stress enough how that's so, so important that we're taking that time. So especially with anything with finances, abundance, anything like that, I would really, really highly suggest you planning out the outcome of that, what that looks like, everything, but do not actually act on it till later. But I think that's great that you have your home. I do feel like your home will come, like paint the vision of what you're looking for and really be clear with the universe. The fact that you have choices is nothing bad, but you need to be more indefinite with what you want exactly and be clear with universe with that. So that's anyone who's in that space that they're looking for a new environment, new home, painting that out and really just being okay with claiming exactly what you want. Because sometimes when we have so many decisions, we counteract and just like go on based on fear of choosing the wrong thing. But why are we fearful of choosing the wrong thing? It's because we might not necessarily be specific on exactly what we want in the first place. So I hope that helps. I think that's amazing. I'm sending you love and light to your house. That's so exciting. Super exciting. Okay, so what else do we have? So I'm a Cancer. How could the full moon affect me? So I kind of talk about this again in the video of the Taurus full moon. So Lena, if you want to go check that out, do check that out. I am going to be doing a full moon meditation here on Halloween at 9 p.m. Eastern time as per usual. So if you guys are going to be here around that time, I love the vibe that's going to be happening during that time. I also want to share with you guys that it hasn't been a full moon on Halloween in over 19 years. Whoa, like talk about energy, talk about shift. And the craziness is like we've had so many huge super full moons, crazy alignments of planets, so many things happening with this year. And I think that just all is manifested throughout the timing, ironically. Thing that has happened so far is meant to happen. Even if you don't understand it fully, it is completely as purpose as it was supposed to be. So I hope that helps. November 4th is when Mercury is cut off retrograde. It's the 13th of November is Mercury retrograde. I actually have a video on explaining Mercury retrograde if you're still kind of like, Go check that out. It's really good because I do refer to it a lot in the past full moon and new moon energy updates. So if you are feeling called to, please definitely go check that out. It'll give you more of an insight of how you're being affected right now, and also what to focus on, if that makes sense. Awesome. Just like reading out your thing. Woohoo. What? That's amazing. Yes, yes, yes. I'll go check it out. Yay. I'm super happy. Yeah, 19 years. It's insane. Like, we haven't had that. And the fact that we have 2 full moons, and the Mercury retrograde only happens every 26 months. So the fact that we have it now, it's crazy. It doesn't happen so often. Like, everything again happens. It's so interconnected. We are so interconnected. Even if you don't know the people on this chat, you know them in some way, in some point, and when your soul is familiar with that. So one of the things I always share with people is like, even though we might not understand the outcome of certain things, even the chaos that we've had, it's a manifestation of the pain our world is going through. So I always tell people that please, please, please be patient with yourself. This is really testing our balance of abundance, balance of our life, balance of our what we want. That throat chakra is activated. For anyone on Patreon, I actually gave you guys some journal prompts, and I also gave you some questions and activities to do to prepare for this full moon. So if you aren't on Patreon, you definitely want to be part of that, because I do the reruns on our meditations. I do extra activities. I even do circles with you guys privately and Q&As. So you get a little bit more content, which is amazing. So if you are looking for that, you guys can check that out in the link below. I'm a Sagittarius. Awesome. But I feel connected with this full moon 100%. I definitely can see that, especially not just this full moon, but as Sagittarius and Geminis too, that comes up too. You guys are going through huge revelation, like soul work. You guys are going through huge soul work, huge shifts, huge like lifetime shifts and changes that are going to change for a lot. And you're being challenged just on the basis of how the world is being aligned, how the stars are being aligned right now. It's crazy. And if there are any Sag or Gemini, please let me know because I would love, love, love to know. The other thing I was going to say, one second, just looking it up right now. Okay, good, because I wrote it down. So you guys, whoever is an earth sign, so Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. I'm Virgo ascendant, I think. Yeah, Virgo ascending. And one of the things I always share with people is like, these signs are going crazy, which is why I always tell people, if you know your sun sign, and you're into astrology, you're into spirituality, you're into manifestation, you want to learn about what's the full moon affecting you on a deeper level, please go get a birth chart. And if you guys are interested in a birth chart, DM me on Instagram. I know an amazing person who's really good at that, that can help you guys out if you want to go the next step. But when I got a birth chart knowledge of my alignment and the time I was born and how that affected me, it was just like everything made sense. There's only just like a fraction that your sun sign tells you about you. And that's a whole bunch of stuff. In the future, I'd love to share more about astrology. I was just not sure if you guys were interested in that stuff. So let me know if you guys would be interested in astrology. Also, let me know if you guys would be interested in like collective readings. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen those card readings where people do like crystals, choose a crystal or whatever. I'm kind of thinking about doing that once a month. I'm not sure yet. So fam, you tell me what you guys think. But I think that'd be really cool. I don't know why, but lately I've been feeling lost in something and very emotional. 100%. Taurus is pulling out earth signs to a deep emotional strain. It's pulling all of us. It's like that last strand that we didn't clean. It's like that one thing that we were just afraid to open up, and it's fully feeling. It's like almost like when you like go to somewhere and you have this gut feeling, but you don't know what it is and it's bothering you. Your emotions are manifesting that exactly from conscious awareness. So a lot of you, this is a great time to connect with the third eye and to deep tap into that. To understand consciously what's been clouding your fog a little bit, and then connect with it and ask your guides. They're going to definitely help with you in the crown chakra as well. So you could do that prior to. I'm just reading through the comments. Are you sending the question here or on Instagram? So if you guys have any questions, anyone who DM me, if there's no questions throughout, I'm going to pick one or two here and there, and I'm answering them through Instagram. I actually messaged the people that I answered already. Again, I have a lot of them, so I just kind of pick them randomly and then I'll answer it. And that's why I used to do these lives, which is why I've been doing them recently when I feel called to, because I know a lot of you guys have questions. So it's an opportunity for us to chat. And for the new subscribers, you guys can have an opportunity to get to know me too, because, you know, videos are great, but like, it's awesome to get to know you guys live too. So that's been really good. I do study astrology and have found that your moon sign and people are moon connected, moon because they are more emotional side. Yeah, so your emotions are more, it's more internally your moon sign is your sun sign. So your sun sign is like how you're perceived from the world. It's like that part. Your moon internally. So for example, from the world, I'm a Scorpio, but internally I'm a Leo. And that's funny because when I go into my birth chart, I can tell in certain aspects of my chart that even though I might be a Leo emotionally, there's other parts of my ascending and my houses that are shown more depending on situations. So that's why I'm saying that there's so much you can learn about astrology. That's why there's a lot of people who go into astrology or astrologists and give this great information, because there's so much we can learn on just like from the time we're born and how things are aligned so quickly. Hey, Liam, I hope you're doing well. Okay, that's pretty cool. I haven't really had the time to check, but I just found this weird feeling overlay of emotions. Yes, 100%. I know people are just feeling this about, even people who aren't in this like space of like consciously being into like manifestation, law of attraction. I've noticed a lot of people coming forward feeling a little bit more emotional. It's crazy. Excuse me. Yes, I love intuitive. My favorite person, actually, I'll tell you guys, one of my favorite people. And if you guys do, you should comment and said Chica brought me here because I love her. She's probably one of my favorite YouTubers, and her name is Vanessa Samaya. Does anyone know her? She's a great one. I love her. Another great one to follow is Sarah Verba. Love her. And I feel like that's it that I go for on astrology. There's also other people that I follow. It just depends on like the nature of what you want to learn. There's the common people, but I feel like those ones I love, love, love. They're really, really good for readings. So let me know, guys, if you're interested in a reading, put what do you call it? What's that thing? I did the same thing in the video today, that globe. That you look into. I'm blanking out right now to see the future. If you guys know what I'm talking about, comment it because it keeps blocking my mind. I'll put one of those down below in the comment section. I have a birth chart. It says that my moon sign is Capricorn, and like my birth chart, it says that these are freedom and fate. Size of birth chart, that's amazing. I love that. Have you tried astral projection? No, I have not. Do you have friends that do it and people on YouTube that I know who do it? For me, for you guys to know what I practice and what I share, it's a lot about shadow work. So I do shadow work from a space of light energy. So Reiki, quantum, shamanic, and I tap into my gifts as well. So that's what I share a lot of my perspective from. The beauty of spirituality is you find people that you connect with and the things that you like and you stick to and you develop your own. And that's what I love about it. Like there's no right or wrong. It's based on what you do. I think that's why so many people are feeling called to do it this year because of that. It's so amazing. So yeah, I'm more into like opening the third eye, consciousness awareness, using herbs and plants to expand consciousness. I'm more into meditation. I'm more into connecting with Mother Earth. I'm more of that. I'm like, if you were to give me a space, it's like shamanism with plants and Reiki. That's kind of what I do. And I share that from a very liberal space where people can build on their perspectives and build on that and grow, which is beautiful. Crystal ball. Yes. Thank you. I was blanking out on the other video about that. Yes. Put a crystal ball emoji if you guys would like to do that. If so, maybe I'll do it next week. And you guys can give me a feedback and let me know if you'd like that on the comment section. But maybe I'll do it next week. I'm feeling that. I'll follow with the moon energy and just set that intention for you guys. Okay, so what else do I have? Really want you to answer, hearing stories. Yes, I'll go through it in a second. I'm just going through Gemini and Pisces. Awesome. So lately I don't want to be around people. I'm just trying to focus on my life. That's fine. Actually, that's also a side effect of this moon and the ending of the retrograde. Like, people are exhausted because think about it. This Mercury retrograde has been about 8 weeks long. It's been since like October. We're going into November. It's been over a month. So a lot of people, it's been really exhausting. I know a lot of you have been saying you've been really tired emotionally and you're just fed up. I think a lot of people, that's the emotion we're getting. So with so much emotions being pulled out of us to face, we don't feel, we don't want to be overwhelmed by other people, especially if you're an empath. It's a lot. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the last 2 weeks, month of October, I wasn't online as much as I usually am. I wasn't doing as many lives and stuff like that. And the reason why is because I felt called, especially as a healer, to not be online as much, to take that time. So those who I am like guiding, mentoring, healing, that I have that energy, and I'm also respecting I'm creating boundaries. So I would really highly suggest using your throat chakra to express what boundaries that you're comfortable doing, and also to other people in your life. Because some of you are going to go through continuous awakening. Some of you are going through the integration process. A lot of you actually are going through that, where you had an awakening recently, and you're now going through the acceptance period of like accepting that awakening, accepting the new things that have been going through in your life, and that's okay. But it takes time for us to get through that transition. It takes time for us to expand. It takes time for us to build off of that. And I think a lot of us just need to be patient. As much as it's very frustrating right now. So for Michael, my answer to you is just really just be okay with that. But as you go into isolation, as long as you're allowing yourself to question and be with your thoughts and using those thoughts to reflect on what you want to do next, I think that's the best way. It's, it's okay to isolate yourself if you're being proactive of what you're going to do and how you're going to apply it. I think that's huge. I have a question. I feel great shift in energy ever since my birthday and a small amount of ego death. What's going on? Yes, 100%. So a lot of people, what happens is around your birthday is kind of a rebirthing. I don't know how to explain it, but if you guys know what I'm talking about, don't you feel this new energy or feel every time around your birthday? If you're a conscious being, you will. My birthday's coming up. I'm feeling it already. I'm already rebirthing, already shedding my skin, if you will. And I've seen this physically, which I have a really big story I can't wait to share with you guys about my toe and the meanings of your toe and how this was a sign of manifestation and everything. So if you guys would like me to do a video on that, put a star emoji, because it's a crazy story of just showing how things are very, very connected on a deep level. So ego death is possible for you to do. We're at a point where you don't have a name. You don't feel like you're associated to anything. And this is such a confirmation to an experience that I will be sharing with you guys really soon. But just knowing that ego death is expanding and releasing from ego, releasing from ourselves, releasing from meaning, and just not having a name, just being. Like, if your name is not so-and-so and you're just completely like stripped away from what makes you who you are and you're restarting, that's ego death. So a lot of people have these experiences when they go through plant medicine, or they go through huge like revelation of like almost close to death, and then they feel that a little bit where their ego, and they understand an awakening from that. I've seen a lot of people who've experienced it. I actually have a few videos that I have coming up for you guys to share a little bit more about ego death through my eyes and how that works, because I'd love to share that with you. But I'd love to know, have you guys experienced ego death before? Do you know someone who has? What was it like for you or for that person? from what your perspective, because it's a very deep thing. Like the moment that we're able to quiet our ego, that's essentially the purpose of consciousness, right? It's for us to not live on the life of pleasure and just pleasing other people but ourselves, and understanding that we are a small part of this whole universe, right? The more that we're able to do that, the more genuine we are, and the more aligned and like stripped away from connecting ourselves to almost like measurements of society. And that creates such a big revelation for a lot of people, right? It's almost like me. I went through kind of an ego death a bit, and I'll share my story in a bit, but I was in fashion industry for years. And a lot of people, one of the questions I get on podcast interviews is, how did you go from fashion to healing? Well, it was kind of like a partial ego death. It was to the point where I noticed that there were just all these people basically going through creating and feeding this narcissism energy. And that wasn't me, right? That wasn't my energy. That wasn't what I was supposed to be. I was looking around and seeing people, compare themselves from what they saw in the mirror and chase after this unidealistic reality that they wanted, knowing that every single day, no matter how close they got to that, they would never be satisfied, right? So I woke up when I did my healing and it just all came full circle. And I'm still going through the process of quieting the ego. I think we all are. And I think, if anything, a lot of people have experienced it this year because, when we're forced to do so much internal work, and a lot of our external self is being stripped, such as leaving a job, being fired, leaving a relationship. So taking out of yourself, out of that experience, out of that person's entity, it creates this sense of vulnerability. And by doing that, you kind of birth yourself. So yeah, it's definitely possible. I will say, like, the month, it's not birthday day, it's birthday month for you. You are rebirthing that energy continuously and expanding, and be okay with that. It's not, if you look at your friends today and you're like, I don't click with them anymore, and this friend I knew for years and years and years, that's okay. That's part of you purging out, because what has happened is you have expanded on a cellular level, and the things that don't align with you exactly or more than that are going to just eventually be, either you will remove it or the universe will remove them out of your life. And that's what happens when it comes to relationships, when it comes to jobs. If you are not growing with that person, if you are not feeling growth, if you're not feeling encouraged, then that's what causes this creation of like removing relationships. And I've had this conversation with mentees today when I checked in with you guys. I had this conversation with a lot of you guys who are just feeling like disconnected from things, and that is completely fine. So I don't know if this resonates with you guys. If it does, please feel free what resonates and message me, like express your emotions to me. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I feel like that's super, super important. Yes, I'm empathic, and I have been seeing much more. I've never happened to me before. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like, a lot of people actually tell themselves that what they're seeing and the signs that they're seeing are not true. And it actually creates us to block those messages. So just be like okay with seeing the unusual and accepting it and questioning it. I think that's one of the biggest advice that I was given to by my mentor. And I think it helped me a lot, because I always kept telling myself, am I going crazy? Is this insane? But I wasn't. I was just honestly just seeing things from a different perspective and a different consciousness. And it was like new glasses were put on my eyes, So really, really interesting. What does 1111 mean? I actually have a video on that. So you can go check that out. I have a video on 1111. So go check that out. So I think it's one of my first videos that I actually started to continuously post on YouTube. You guys can go check it. It's on my playlist of angel numbers and the numerology one. I think that would be very helpful for you. I'm going to answer another question on Instagram. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to comment in the comment section. And then also I want to share with you guys that if you are interested in a card reading, my card reading bookings, there's a lot of people who booked today. So if anyone is questioning doing a card reading, please DM me on Instagram like ASAP, because like I don't have much availability. I think by tomorrow I'm going to be booked out. The reason why is just because I only put a few out. I am doing 2 full moon circles this week. So I'm doing the one here live at 9 p.m. Eastern time on full moon. I'm also doing one for my group mentoring. So if you guys are interested, feel the call, need for support, more expansion, please, please, please let me know. That would be amazing. Okay, so I am answering this question by Heave Smoke Weed. Let's see what he says. Also, guys, video is in 30 minutes. I'm doing an unboxing video today on Yoni Pleasure Palace, talking about the power of the Yoni, and I'm so excited. If you don't know what the Yoni is, I go into that as well, and stuff that I've been doing for a while, but I haven't shared it. So I'm so excited for some more vulnerable, great, amazing videos. I've been more vulnerable, but this is like another level of vulnerability through my eyes, which is crazy. So the question I got here is on, hey Shika, oops, I'll make sure I messaged. Okay. Hey Shika, watching your videos on YouTube, question. Awesome. You've probably had many people ask you the same question, but I really need your help. I don't know if you'll see it, but let me try my luck. So, okay. So on the 369 method, to get straight A's, subjects in math on the exams for the subject, or maybe just for results. Do you have a subject separately or do you do them continuously? So I think it's a lot on your energy, right? Like if you're trying to get straight A's through all your subjects, like 10 subjects, then you want to write the intention. For example, your affirmation can be, I am so grateful for being able to get straight A's or 90% or above on all of my subjects this semester. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that could be an affirmation. Or I'm so grateful to get A pluses in my math, blah, and blah, and blah. So remember that the 17-second method is you stating it, you saying it in 17 seconds. That's what you're measuring during that process. You don't have to do the 369 method for every single subject. You can just hold that into the intention of like what you're saying. So I hope that helps. I think that's a really great question. That's awesome. No way, that's awesome. Yanni, so many questions. Yes, Casey, wait for the video. I'm so excited. I have a surprise for you guys in that video too. I'm going to be talking a lot more about Yanni because one of the powers that I haven't been sharing with you guys on the YouTube channel, but I am going to start to share it because I really wanted to deep dive into it, is the power of the Yanni and specifically the feminine energy that we all have. I actually on feminine energy so you guys can all experience it, but you know how we can actually expand through pleasure and how we can manifest through pleasure. And I think there is this like kind of taboo towards it that I want to open up the conversation for people, so those who feel that conversation don't have to suppress that, especially this year, you know, we're social distancing and everything. I think a lot of people feel the sense of like there's this suppression of sensuality and creativity energy, and we want to open that up. So I'm super, super excited to deep dive into that. What does this full mean in Sag moon sign? So I actually go over that a little bit, honey dope. So I went over it at the beginning, but a lot of the earth signs are deep diving into very deep emotions as we transition, as we have already transitioned into the Scorpio moon energy, because we're in Scorpio season. But specifically for Sag, you guys have had a huge revelation for this whole year. It's not just full moon. Like this whole year has been purging and soul work. Soul work is your dream work this year. So shadow work. You Geminis have been probably one of the top ones up there that need to do that work. So yeah, that's what I would suggest. I have a crush on a boy, something 3 years ago, but I lost contact. His birthday's coming soon and I want to contact him. So I actually have a video on how to have someone manifest, how to manifest a specific person, like countless videos left. I also have one on how to get a text from them. So just remember that when we are manifesting specific people, that the energy is already slightly uneven. It's like a 60-40. So you want to make sure that if you're manifesting any person, that you are taking them off the pedestal. What that means, I talk about that in all my videos, but just making sure that you're not coming from an energy of desperation. You know, that is very huge. It's actually going to create the opposite effect with the energy of law of attraction and cause them to not want to give that energy back to you, right? So that is super, super important. I hope that aligns with you guys. I hope you feel what I mean by that. But yeah, Michelle said Yanni. Yeah, I said Yanni. So Yanni is the sacred area for the girl bits down there. And a lot of people don't know that there's actually a lot of power in there. Now, all genders, whatever, this is a great experience to learn about. I've actually had people all on periods and how informational it is, because no one talks about this, and how information it is for everyone, like your household, your sister, you're like everyone, not even if you're like not having a period, like this is a huge part. And also if you're not having one, why that's happening. That's something I want to talk about in a video, but there's so much manifestation in there. Like I've done work with my yoni and actually manifested something that same day, like to the T of what exactly I wanted. So that's why I want to share with you guys the power of that a little bit more. And like I said, I had some questions and emails that I wanted to share with you guys that people were asking me. Shika, does your mentoring include a manifestation? Yes, it does. It includes whatever you want to support through that, but we do that through energy work so you can be a higher vibrational soul. I am opening my conscious mentoring for November. So if anyone is interested, you can apply. If you're ready to do that work, you can apply. I'm doing the applications after Mercury retrograde. Of course I am, because practice what you preach, right? So if you guys are interested, you can book a session with me after Mercury retrograde. So that's after the 13th. So we can chat and just get to know more about like, where's your alignment? Why do you feel called to do the shadow work? All that good stuff. But man, is it deep? It's very deep. I'm just telling you, like the stuff that we're going through is deep. And if you haven't done shadow work by now, and you are as a sign alone, I'm just saying. So do your work, girls and guys and ladies and everyone, beings, beautiful souls. Intuition. How should I listen to it during this time? Feeling senses. So I actually have a video on intuition, which I'm going to search up the title for you. And the reason why I did that is because I found a lot of people were not listening to their intuition. Where is it? Oh, okay. So the first video I would recommend is my 10-minute guided morning meditation on healing and intuition. So I talk about it and I actually guide you through a 5-minute like check-in with yourself. It's a 10-minute video. It's really, really good. So that's the first video that I would highly, highly suggest if you want to strengthen your intuition. The other video I would suggest is how manifestation works, because I'm guessing if your intuition is guiding on like if your thing is coming, the signs of if your manifestation is coming, that's a great video as well. I talk about, there's a video that I talk about telepathic, which is a lot telepathy, which is a huge part of intuition. And that is 5 signs that you need to raise your vibration. And I think that would be a really good video for anyone who wants to expand their intuition in themselves. That video was 2 weeks ago, so it should be uploaded really soon. So go check those videos out. Again, if you guys don't see anything and you're like, Shika, I want a video of this, please comment, because I do look at them. I do consider them. I do want to do a video on them. So just message me and let me know, and I will be more than happy to do that. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Amazing. I use a yoni. Yes, I love it. Yeah. So I use yoni. I know a lot of people use yoni eggs. I talk a little bit about that. I talk about the manifestation of pleasure, like a lot of beautiful things. Hey, Richa. How long is the time delay? Do you believe in the divine timing? So divine timing is like to the point, whether we know it or not, whether we get the message or not, divine timing is always there for us. So I just want you guys to know that if you're ever questioning something, divine timing is key. How do you know things are divine timing? Relationships is a great way of showing that. Mercury retrograde, making decisions after Mercury retrograde is a great example of divine timing. People coming back into your life, not only just to bring them into your life to actually make a relationship, but most times it's just to actually test karmic things that have happened to you. And it's a test from universe. So there's so much I can talk about divine timing, but divine timing in short is just things will it's meant to be, even if it doesn't make sense at that time, but just know that universe is either protecting you, leading you, or guiding you through the right decision. So yeah, a lot of the times, and this weekend was a great example of that, through manifesting, through confirmation, through relationships that I have in my life, and how that's been divine timing, like in deepness, like it's crazy. But I'm really happy that you guys connect with that. Bloodstone, black obsidian, and jade, the jade one. So the one that I use first is rose quartz. I talk about why rose quartz is the best to use first in this video. And again, if this is all like, doesn't make sense, again, the video will be uploaded in less than 30 minutes. So you guys can go see that. And I'm probably going to end the live in like 10 minutes, by the way, guys. So just a heads up for you. So any questions, ask now, because I'm going to end it soon. But that's awesome. Yeah. So I'm going to actually talk a lot more about the Yanni and get real with you and just chat. I'm super duper excited. It's going to be good. I have to go. It was nice listening to you. You too, Casey. I'm sending you love and light. And I will try to do more lives, guys, because I really, really love them. If you guys want more lives, put a heart emoji in the comment section so I know, because it makes me happy. I can't promise every day, but I can try my best to come around lunchtime around this time and chat with you guys when I can, like today. And I think it's so good. I think it's awesome. I don't know if I'll do it for the rest of the week. We'll see. We will see. We're doing a live anyways on Saturday, but we will see. I'm manifesting some more friends, and I've noticed that I've been getting lots of texts from some of the people I haven't talked to in a while. Is this a sign? Yeah, I think it's a sign of closure. I think universe is asking you, like, you probably haven't fully closed those relationships, and especially if they don't serve you anymore and where you're at an energy level. I've seen a lot of people's past come in this past month or two, or people just showing their true colors of how they feel about you, whether it's an intimate relationship or a friendship. And I feel a lot of anger from the collective, or sadness, or kind of just like betrayal or rejection a little bit. So just kind of feel in and ask yourself, like, what do you feel when the person reaches out to you? Are you falling in desperation because you need a friend right now? Or are you falling because you actually do enjoy it, having their company, having them there with you? And I think that's going to really help you tune in to what you're meant to do. Because again, remember, a lot of ourselves are tested and our experiences are on the basis of karmic, ancestral, and personal experiences that are attracted. And if we've never done energy work, and this is your first time tapping into your growth and your spiritual journey, then it's going to be a lot of work that you're going to probably have to do. And it's continuous work, but we see it because it comes back into our life. So just be aware that relationships can be karmic manifestations through this lifetime or past ones, and understand what can I learn from those information, because that's huge. And again, this Taurus full moon is really showing that, because Tauruses tend to be stubborn, but they're emotional beings. I see that they have similar kind of characteristics as like Capricorn and Cancer in a way. And I do feel like there's some kind of cross layovers, which is why I'm seeing a lot of people who are in that space kind of relate to that. But again, really, really listen to yourself and ask yourself, have there been relationships that have been testing me? And are they representations of possible karmic things that I didn't put closure into? And how can I close that for one last time so I can truly be freed energetically and fully know my intuition, not their intuition energy? I am manifesting a specific person, but how do you know when your manifestation is forming into a reality? So I have a video on the 6 signs that your manifestation is coming, and how to know when your manifestation is coming. I will also recommend the video on raising your vibration, because I talk a lot about intuition. And intuition is huge, because if our intuition is like, we have a feeling that things are happening, most likely it's going to happen. Most likely our intuition is telling us something. And that's something that our conscious higher self is communicating with us through our crown. So just, I would really highly suggest focusing on that, and just making sure that you're not on the waiting game. We're not waiting. When we are manifesting, we are holding into the futurism. We know that it is happening. There's no waiting game in that. And I just think that's so important. So I have time for a couple more questions, and then I'm going to sign off so we can talk about Yanni stuff at 2:30. Okay, so been going through a lot for the last 4 months, and all last week I kept seeing the 13, and I'm a Pisces sun and a moon. A lot of Pisces, a lot of emotions. So you're heavy probably in the next bit. I've been going through what is that and why. So like, I do feel like 13 is a very strong number, because this is ascending. It's like the ascending number from universe and guides of new beginnings, purging out. And it's like almost like your guides are screaming to you for you to do things, right? So a lot of us have shifted a lot. I think especially since the summer, oh man, the anger, the rage that we have released have been manifested now. Like whatever you did 6 months ago, where you were, I want you to ask, like 6 months from the full moon around that time, where were you? And has there been anything in your relationships that have purged out or manifested? Because usually a full moon and a new moon, things will show within the next 6 months, right? So I always tell people, look and see. You've noticed that when the signs of each one is not actually the sign of that time, it's 6 months later, right? So if you guys didn't know that, like our moon sign tends to be 6 months, like it's Taurus right now, but we're not in season of Taurus, but 6 months from now we will be. So that's why we have it that way through astrology, is to keep aligned for us to know where we're at. And that's how it's easier for us to set intentions that are realistic for ourselves as well. So that's just a heads up for you guys to understand a little bit more of like where that is going. But I will say that in the 4 months, if you have been doing that, like have you been listening to that 13 and also noticing when you see the number 13, what comes through, like what are you thinking of at that time? Where are you at? Where are you physically? Are you worrying about something? Because that is an ascending number. So I just want to share that with you. I think that's a really great thing. Also, Pisces are emotional. You guys are beautiful souls. If there's any other Pisces out there, so really take and embrace that. Don't be hard on yourself for feeling more emotional and feeling like, oh, it's been 4 months. Why am I not over this already? So what? Like, that's completely fine. We're taking it one step at a time. As long as you're moving forward, that's completely fine. You're taking that energy, you're pushing it through, you're evolving as a being as you should be. That's all the process of us expanding. And I think that is so, so important. So I was in a happy place in 6 months ago. So that means that it's purging. It's like what was happy then, is it happy now? Like if you had that then, would it be now? And divine timing, which we talked about ironically right today, right? So, what has changed? What has shifted into this now, into this reality, and how can you shift that into a new reality, I think is really big. No worries, Michael. My energy has been drained in a lot of past 2 weeks. I'm not sure what to do. Raise your vibe in. Again, like I said, I just gave a whole bunch of amazing tips on Patreon. So if you guys are part of Patreon, you should be part of it. I gave you like a list of the top 5 things that you can do this full moon specifically to help anyone who's drained or your vibration needs to be up leveled, because man, we are releasing in so many ways, not only emotionally, but on a mental, like, ooh, everyone's third eye is activating it out, filling it out, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, I would definitely say that. Give yourself that break. Don't do more than you don't need to. Please do not plan things to do more this week. I've told all my mentees, if there's anything that comes up, please postpone it till after this full moon. You need time. You need time to set your month. You need time to set that energy. You need time at a time where the retrograde isn't pulling you out to everything that you need to do one last time. You're going to feel drained. You need to just give yourself that time, love, okay? That time, and be patient with yourself. I've been worrying and unhappy since June. Me and my exes broke up. So again, that's another analogy. You're holding in that vibration of what was happening. And this is, if this relates to anyone, let me know down in the comment section. But if something happened to you 6 months ago or in the past, or the past few months, and you were in a happier space, you held on to that one event that happened, whether it was a breakup, being fired, left at a job, let go, or whatever it may have, whatever realization that you happened 2 months ago that's being into this, that has been held emotionally throughout, you're being tested. You're being completely tested at this time. And what that means by that is being like, because you held that energy of the effects of the breakup, did you release it properly? Did you heal from it? Or did you just go right into the workaholic energy to get over it? You're still holding that wound. A lot of us are wounded conscious souls. And I want to do a video on this. What that means, and I'll kind of end it at that. I always get like these general messages when chatting with you guys. What that means is that when we have an effect, our world expects us to suck it up and keep going, right? But what about right now? We're being called to be okay with the changes that are happening, and we're not used to this whole like put the world on pause. And by doing so, a lot of us are being challenged to listen to our intuition. So in doing that inner work, we're not noticing, but the universe is actually purging out things. What we thought was happy 6 months ago might have not been completely fulfilled. And because you've done so much inner work, maybe it was best that had to shift, or maybe that timing had to change, right? But and this is where it goes into a lot, after this year, there will be 2 divides. There will be conscious beings who are willing to adapt to the shifts and the energies and the upgrades. And there's going to be those who go back to just like routine. And when you have an event, that's where universe is testing us, whether it's a breakup or an emotion or whatever it is. Are you going to hold it and be in that routine of like, I don't want this lifestyle and I'm going to hold this grudge forever and let this vibration suck the heightness of vibration that's within me? Or will I release and let that go and start to plant new seeds, right? You can't just look at a dead plant and expect it to grow. You can't force a dead plant to grow. It will grow when it wants to. Look at nature. We have plants that grow every single day. That's why I go into shamanism a lot, because we look at plants. We don't have to touch nature. Nature needs to do, and we as humans do the same thing. But when we are pushed outside of our own norms of what we're meant to do, we then suppress so much and create even deeper wounds that we even know internally. And again, I talked about this last Friday on our live about consciousness and how body image and body positivity, and talking about how our bodies aren't only just physically what we look at, but it's also the emotional level as well, and how that manifests with the way that we have a relationship with ourselves. So all in all I'm saying is to release something. If you were happy 6 months ago, well, if you've been following my YouTube channel for a while, or you've been tapping into the space of consciousness, well, you're different. You're a different person. You've up leveled, and anything that's outside of that is going to leave. And that's okay, but you have to accept that grief. You have to accept that release. That's why I'm saying this full moon is so intense, because of that. We need to accept that, let go. We need to release, let go, and free ourselves. I think is really huge. It's like my soul changed, and we should not be where we are at right now, which is broken up. Yeah, but you have to understand too, divine timing. If you keep on holding into this, just give yourself that time. You're not healed yet. Take that time to heal. Take that time to breathe. Ex and boyfriend helped me get through in turn with my spirituality. I was grateful for it, and it has been able to, in the universe and my guides. Yeah. So obviously at the time of the breakup, you probably weren't. And that's anyone, right? But then when you get to a point where you're just like, man, this was exactly what I needed to. This is exactly what I want to expand in. I am so, so, so happy. Well, that's awesome, right? And I think that's something to keep in mind. So I just want to share that with you guys. I think you're so happy. I'm so, so happy that you're on this purging. And I know right now you can't see it, but you will see it. And it's going to be so great when you do. Thanks, stars aligned. I appreciate you sending out some love and some abundance my way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful for you for giving to the super chat. So yeah, that's it for our live. I will try to come on here more often. Just keep an eye out. If you guys don't have the notification bell, please do, because sometimes I just randomly like get channeled a lot of stuff or feel called to come on here, and it's always divine timing. It's always divine timing. So we are going to be having our video for today in literally like less than 10 minutes. So I'll see you guys on the unboxing on the Yoni Pleasure Palace, and I'm going to be talking about the power of the yoni. And even if, just be open to it and see, because like I said, there's just so much energy that we have. And right now this year, there's a lot of suppressed feminine going on, or people opening into that space. And I've seen so many people heal from that space too through this. So I'm so excited. I hope you guys enjoyed the live. I'm sending you love, light, and positivity. Feel free to rewatch this whenever you feel called to. And I will see you guys really soon. I'll see you in our video in a bit. Love you all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, put notification bells. Helps a lot. And I love you. Bye.